it's like the most American thing that ever was created. And I say that as someone who's like pseudo-American, because I was born in America, have an American passport. You know, I won't say this like publicly, but I support Europe in the Ryder Cup. It's just because like, I grew up there. I just don't like Justin Leonard. That's all I can say. It's not golf crowd. But there's this crazy thing that happened in the 1980s, and when I say the name of it, please just register in your head how American this idea is and how it could never happen in any other country, especially if you have socialized medicine. It's called a Christian health cost sharing ministry. It's so bizarre, but it's so awesome, because it's just like a group of people who are like, no, we're not gonna, you know, it's like a libertarian concept, it's very American, which is like, we're not gonna operate inside your system, we're good, we're gonna take care of ourselves, we've got more than 10,000 people in our community, we don't need like risk preservation based off your like algorithms and accounting inside an insurance company that clearly has the wrong incentives. We're gonna take care of ourselves, we're all gonna be cash patients, and we're all gonna, you know, friends don't let friends pay retail for medicine, so we're gonna bargain down our costs, we're gonna take care of each other, we're gonna have like a universal code of what it means to be part of this community, and we're gonna do it. And because of many things, one of which is an exemption to Obamacare, which was a big moment in its history, in the last 10 years it went from 160,000 users in 2009 to 1 million users. 1 million people use this thing. So this is not a flash in the pan, this is not some little idea that like can't work. This is a provable, scalable model to, you know, to take care of the downside risk of something tragic happening at a much lower cost than current health insurance options, right? You know premiums and deductibles are going through the roof. You know that until January 2nd, every single American was forced to buy it, right? I don't know if it's just because I'm English, but like, I could just, you know that was like forcing people to buy a commercial insurance product that, you know, is unbelievably inefficient, is full of corruption, where most of the money's going to the shareholders and the CEO and whatever. That's, you know, that's not a future medicine that I believe in. I believe that we can set a precedent for what functional medicine is capable of by delivering it efficiently, making it cool to be healthy, right? That is one thing that has to happen. And, you know, we were in New York a couple weeks ago on this tour, Gabrielle Francis was talking, she was like, hey, when I grew up in New York in the 70s, all you saw on the Bowery was like crackheads and heroin. And now there's like, you know, there's like a red light sauna, and there's like yoga, and there's like a green juice thing. It's like, maybe this is already working, maybe it's already almost cool, and we just need to like take it over a tipping point. And that's what I think that we can do. So ultimately what you're gonna hear tonight is this new vision for American healthcare. And I just want to talk about the word new for a moment so you understand why. So the very first thing that I said at the beginning of the Functional Forum was, the very first episode, I said we need to start acting like we're winning and not acting like we're losing. Because ultimately, literally no one else, so when I say no one else, I mean like the American Medical Association, foreign medical associations, all these other organizations. I'll just tell you a secret right now, and I'm sure Mark will back me up on this. No one knows how to reverse chronic disease. No one even knows that it's possible, right? What's happening in the Cleveland Clinic right now is so exciting because there's a team of people doing it in a real medical institution that could scale this out. You go to South Africa, you go to England, no one knows. No one knows this. America is further ahead in, you know, chronic disease reversal strategies than anyone else, partly because we invented most of the things that cause chronic disease. I'm looking at you, McDonald's, Coke, like all that stuff, right? We invented that stuff, so we've had more time in an environment where this is like the dominant theme. But also because, you know, Jeff Bland and Mark and other people have been on the front lines doing it here. I will tell you that we're not going to be ahead for long. You know why? Because Jeff Bland lectured in China a month ago, and there were 12,000 doctors there, right? You want to think I could get in there like, you know, we should be in the basketball stadium, right? And every employee of the Cleveland Clinic should be there, right, listening to this, because that's what's happening in China. Now, I know in China they say, look, you got to go to the lecture, otherwise we'll take your kids away, or something like that, right? They've got another drawstring that they can draw on in China that we don't like really have the ability to. We've got free will. We've got to start acting like we've got free will, right? We've got to start acting like we can do whatever we want. And what I'm going to pitch you tonight, through the beautiful people that we have speaking tonight who are going to set it up, is that we could basically start our own medical cost sharing program. It could be way cheaper than insurance. We'll get all the young people, like the reason why I know this is going to work, here's a phrase that you've never heard. I'm going to tell you a phrase, and if you've ever heard anything like this, put your hand up. I've done this in 22 live events, no one's ever said it. Have you ever heard anyone say, no, I'm not signing up for Aetna, I'm a Blue Cross Blue Shield guy? Does anyone ever say that? Hell no, they don't. No one cares. There's no brand loyalty. Do you ever hear anyone saying, no, I'm not buying a Chevy, I'm a Tesla guy? Hell yeah, they do, because they love that brand and they're connected to it like in a heart way. I can tell that everyone in this room is connected to this in a heart way. I felt it, I can feel it right now. Why the hell else would you come here on a beautiful evening in October to come and be part of this? It's because you believe in something, you believe that this is possible. So I'm going to show you tonight that not only is it possible, but it's the only rational thing to do if you happen to hold the winning hand, right? If we're sitting there with a pair of aces, right, and the biggest problem in the world is happening right now, the most vexing problem in the world, which is chronic disease, which, you know, if we work out in the next 10 years how to deal with it, America will lead the world in medicine again. If we don't work it out, America will not only not lead the world in medicine, but we'll have sort of like a real like Roman Empire style decline. And it'll be really embarrassing, and we'll all have to move to Costa Rica. And I'm not sure if they can handle all of us. So ultimately, what we're going to do tonight is to do it. So last point before we start. So we've got Dr. Mark Hyman. Let's have a round of applause for Dr. Hyman. We've got Julie and Dan, both involved in the Cleveland Clinic. Julie is one of the top CrossFit athletes in the country. We're super excited to have her. I think I'm one of only a couple of people who've been twice on Julie's podcast, so it's a big endorsement from her. And Bridget is here. Bridget, a lot of you guys, I know Bridget may not have the biggest social media following out of those people, but she definitely has the most like active, because a lot of you guys are here tonight and a chance to meet all of you. So thank you all for coming. I do want to remind you, before we start clapping, I do want to remind you this is like an Oprah style audience. It's like over the top, super exciting. Just, you know, channel the like American sports fan kind of thing. I don't want to hear any USA whoops, that's a bit too much. But anything between like a sort of like Beatles scream and USA whoops is acceptable. All right, so we're going to start the show, and thank you so much all for being here. At the end of the show, you can check out the sponsors. We have Designs for Health here. Thank you, Heather, for supporting us. You know, Designs for Health has been a great supporter of me and of this tour and of everything we're doing. So if you don't have an account and you're an eligible doctor or practitioner, particularly you MDs at the back, you know, go and speak to Designs for Health, give me your name, and they'll feel great about me, and we'll be ready to go. All right, so here we go. Thank you.
The world that we see around us is built on a story. Every culture has a different set of answers to these basic questions of who are you? What is it to be a human being? What's important? What's valuable? Where do we come from? Where are we going? How does the world work? Every culture answers this in a different way. And science provides some answers. It says basically that what you are is a discrete, separate individual among other individuals in a universe that's separate from you as well. And every field has agreed with this characterization of what it is to exist. Psychology, you're this bubble of psychology, or this mind encased in flesh. Religion, you are a soul encased in flesh. Physics, you're a mass subject to impersonal forces that are deterministic. Biology, you are basically a flesh robot programmed by your genes to maximize reproductive self-interest. Economics, you are a rational actor seeking to maximize financial self-interest. All of them agreed on what it was to exist. Well, the new sciences contradict that. quantum mechanics seems to violate the separation between self and other. If we're separate from the universe, then of course we want to control these indifferent or hostile external forces. And humanity's destiny becomes to become the lords and masters of nature and to transcend nature. And it's not working too well anymore. In economics, that translates into growth, the endless growth of the human realm. And we're learning that there's a limit to that. And we're learning that it's not an external universe out there, but that everything we do to this world, we're doing on some level to ourselves. That is a wound that we feel all the time and that we suffer from.